Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Factorio in our Sending Supporters to Space Factory. And I've done quite a bit-ish. Oh, well, this is a good cue into what I have to go do. We need to go kill some biters, and I was going to do a little bit of an explanation, but we're gonna lose an outpost. So don't worry, this is not going to be a full episode of nuking stuff because I just did that a few episodes ago. We are going to go nuke some stuff, but that should only take maybe 10 minutes at the most. And then I want to show you the smelters, which are almost done. I'm laughing because you know how last night in last night's episode I was like getting really frustrated and I misaligned it. I'm like, screw this. I don't care if it's misaligned. I'm done messing with it. Well, the very finicky Factorio player that I am, I I was bothered by it the entire night. Like, no exaggeration. I quit because I literally was about to just like drop over. I was so tired, and I'm still really tired. But the point is, I'm looking for lasers. Where the hell did I put my lasers? Oh, they're over here. They kind of blend in. I stopped playing for the night, but I I logged off and I was like just annoyed. I just had this sense of annoyance that the thing was misaligned because I looked at it and it was like, I don't know if I could actually just see with my eye that it was misaligned. I find it a little hard to believe that I could, but maybe. Or maybe it was like me thinking I could see it because I knew it was misaligned. Either way, this iron looks pretty much dead. Good thing we set up that other patch. 104k left. Anyway, so it was really annoying. So I ended up tonight, I literally, and this is not just a figure of speech, I literally move the entire right side of the thing one tile to the left. Hey, these guys, this was a clear patch. You little punks. You're not allowed on here. Bye-bye. Correct. Yeah, so luckily the whole thing wasn't built. I'd only built like maybe half of the tracks and like none of the smelters. So it wasn't that hard to tear up, but I did move it. I did realign it. I got all the tracks connected. How many of you guys, I would be curious, I'd like to hear how many of you guys guessed that I would do that, because I just couldn't stand it. I was just like, this is going to irritate me the entire game. I'm going to be like, I should have aligned that. But now it's aligned, and I'm happy. So, there's that. Let's just, pollution. That's not pollution, that's pollution. So there's maybe guys over there. Also, I had some help. Flixian came on again, and then Hopewell came in right at the end. He was a little bit late, but ouch. That is a lot of worms. Youch. And helped, and we set up the... I'm trying to not look at the smelters because I want it to be a surprise. We set up this iron outpost, which just ties in here and goes into the main base because we are having some iron problems and also some steel problems, which is actually starting to back up, which is a really good sign. We used a ton of roboports and stuff with the smelters. Man, this is just like a worm forest in here. Jeez. Okay, so like I said, it's not going to be a whole episode of nuking, don't worry. I just want to kind of clear a little bit of a perimeter through here. Get wrecked. So we aren't attacked too much. And we do have some iron here, which I suppose... I mean, the thing is though, right? This line doesn't actually tie in to the main line. So I need to secure more iron for the main base, maybe? Maybe not? Oh, hey. Caught you in the act, you little buggers. Ah, there's a base here that's part of the... Yeah, no thanks. I don't know why there's that delay when I shoot from the helicopter. It looks like this thing probably does have double damage like the tank, though, which makes this, like, super easy. And people are saying this is maybe OP, but the biters can still attack it. Even the actual biters, not the spitters. The spitters can attack it, but even the actual biters can still attack this, even though it technically, well, quote-unquote, flies. I love this thing. I haven't left. When I was, when the Flixing was in here and helping, we did stuff for about an hour and a half. I didn't leave the helicopter the entire time. I absolutely love this thing. I just built, like, I just hovered over, just cruised over the smelters and just built stuff from there. It's just so nice. I love it. It's not quite as fast as a train, but that's okay. I mean, it would be definitely overpowered if it was. Oops, shit. Did not mean to fire two. Got a little ripple effect there. The delay got me. I thought it didn't actually shoot, so that was a little bit of a waste of nukes, but that's okay. We have plenty of nukes. I actually had to bump up the nuke storage amount and stuff because we had too much 238. So, oh man, he's almost dead. I think that should about do it. I'm gonna knock out these guys, and then the one right by the track there, and we should be good. It's a little overkill to nuke, but why not? Oh no, run! Thought the robot was gonna get caught in it. Come on, dude, hop in. Alright, so that should do it. What's the deal? Someone's missing bots. I think maybe just a little bit of damage. I'll repair him up. There we go. And we'll head back. And maybe we'll kill this base too, just for the heck of it on our way back. Need to do this anyway. I figured why not show a little bit of wreckage from the helicopter here. Hey, hell yeah, guys, we just got a Steam achievement. Well, I'm not playing on Steam. I call it a Steam achievement for some reason. But hell yeah, we just got the 20 million circuit achievement. Oh, man. Look at all these achievements we've gotten. I'm telling you guys, making the modules. Oh, jeez. 20 million, I didn't think we were that close. And this usually proceeds through saves. Like the 20 million typically would like progress through multiple saves, but that's not the case here because this is the only save I have in this particular Factorio instance. And again, I'm not playing on Steam. Didn't I just nuke this? Oh, okay. Had to update. Why is there like a red dot here? Oh, it's a marker. Okay. So yeah, that is a huge accomplishment. We actually have way more achievements than I thought. Really, the only ones left is research all techs, finish the game. Shouldn't I have completed that already? I launched a rocket. Oh, it actually wants me to launch with a satellite, probably. Now that cans thing says I've only produced 17 million circuits, which is a bit odd. 20 million processing units. We're actually like maybe 1/25th of the way there, 1/22nd of the way there, which seems like not very far, but when you consider we've produced over 500,000 processing units, that's pretty ridiculous. So we're gonna fly over. I want to check on the modules. One thing that bugs me a lot about the logistics network is that it doesn't give you an extra decimal point, and I'll show you what I mean here. Could come over here to repair too, that's good. So when I mouse over this, it just says 11,000 whatchamajoobies, you know, because that makes sense. 11,000 speed module 3s, right? And it doesn't, like, I don't know how close I am to 12,000. I've been sitting at 11K for a long time, and it obviously has kept going up because I've seen the things working, but the thing is, it doesn't say like 11.8K or 11.2K. And even when I go into the logistics menu with L, it doesn't actually tell me. So I'm hoping we're close to 12,000. I guess we'll see when it takes over. And I noticed we actually had a lack of iron there, which is odd because this other iron outpost should certainly be compensating. I wonder if I need to tap even more of it. It's actually a bit of an issue. Let's, I didn't intend to fly down there, but let's just go check really quick. This thing, like I said, this thing's pretty fast. I mean, we'll be down there in a jiffy, and then I'll show you the smelters, and we'll see what else we can do here. The smelters look, I must admit, not to toot my own horn as it were, but the smelters look pretty damn good. Like, I mean, it wouldn't really be tooting my own horn because I didn't solely make them. I had help of many others, and this iron patch is apparently dead. That's great. Holy hell. How does that happen? Did I use all my miners? I have 17. I can salvage some. Dude, we didn't even set this up that long ago. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this is an unintended thing that I didn't mean to do this episode, so sorry about this if you don't want to see it, but we do kind of need this iron. And I was going to deconstruct that, but I kind of need that power. Wow, I can't believe this. These modules munch through this iron like absolute insanity. What are missing instruction bots? Oh, where I am. I was like, what are they? Where am I being attacked? Okay, let's knock out these guys, and this is a little bit wonky. I'll have to do something with that. Okay, so let's do these by hand. It'll be easier. Oh, there's still iron there. Why did you stop? Oh, there's no power. You twit. Okay, so these weren't actually done. Whoops. That's fine. Alright, so I'm just going to resalvage these miners that I tore up real quick. And apparently I have no inventory space, so... take my blueprint, and we'll just slap down some more. Luckily I hadn't tapped this entire iron patch. That's brilliant. Oh, it actually does fit. No! It doesn't fit when you build it sideways. Oh my goodness. Okay, do that. There we go. I have to scooch you over a little bit. There won't be power here for a second, but that's okay. Should reconnect up. Or not. Yes, I know, game, there's no power. Shut up. Okay, that should about do it. Maybe just throw a few more down here. Make sure that we are getting as much mined as possible. And that should do it. So the iron smelters, like I said, they're pretty much done. All they're missing is a few roboports, inserters, some logistics chests, and the right side is missing the smelters. I actually have the smelters like in the main base, like in a chest. I just didn't get around to actually placing them yet. It still looks pretty badass. So let's head over that way. I'm gonna pull up in map view, and I must say it looks really really unique, I think. And just visualize for me, like, you'll just have to visualize another one just about as big, copper, right next to it, and it's gonna look insane. So let's fly over in that direction, and here we go. You ready? Check that out. Oh man. Now just imagine this extended up to these are so big. You know your mega base stage when your iron smelter is about twice the size of your entire main base? But this is what it looks like. So just imagine this would extend up here. We need to move the main line and a little bit of the oil and such, but that's why this one isn't built much. But there you go. That's what this thing looks like. I think that looks pretty damn awesome. So just imagine another one of these with, instead of 12 smelters, that has 10 for copper right next to it, to the right here. Gonna landfill in this lake and stuff, but there you go. So there's the switcheroo, the smelters. I think it looks awesome. Like I said, I moved this guy one tile to the left, so he is aligned the same as this one. We have this space in the middle, and in terms of fueling, someone had actually asked me, how do I plan to fuel stuff? The smelter trains get fueled in the switcheroo, and then the outpost trains also get fueled in the switcheroo. So all we need to do is bring, because remember how I said that like most or all of these lines for the plate trains wouldn't actually go onto a main line. They would kind of go direct to the production facilities. So what we'll do is we'll run the main line like above it, let's just say up here. These wouldn't connect, but what we can do is take off the main line and just have a fuel train, like we did in the 0.15 sim, or maybe like a fuel/trash train or something. Come down. It can come down the middle because there's nothing going in here. Come down the middle, and I'll fly over there. And this is actually a perfect space to fit a track straight through here, and he'll just deliver. Because this entire thing, the whole switcheroo, can now be one big network, since there's not going to be bots like moving tons of material. There's just going to be, maybe 50 bots in the whole network just moving fuel around. So here you go. Like I said, it's missing the smelters, but it has pretty much everything else. Oh, I must have some materials on me they need. Guessing chests of some sort. And yes, someone commented in the last episode that it was very observant, actually, very observant by the person who said that, and anyone else who noticed. They're like, man, that's super cool looking, but but your right side tracks from the switcheroo are left-hand drive, you crazy SOB. And it's like, yep. So what happened, right, is to mirror this, because this is mirrored, like, quote-unquote perfectly in the fact that the ore trains come in on the top here, and they come in on the top here, and the plate trains come in from the bottom and leave on the bottom as they do here, so it's mirrored in that sense. But by doing that, I've actually kind of unintentionally made this entire thing left-hand drive. So there you go. I guess that's kind of the compromise. If you, for those of you who wanted me to do left-hand drive, then there's your compromise. Half my smelter is left-hand drive. Because if I wanted it right-hand drive, the ore would have had to come in on the bottom, and the plate would have had to come in on the top, and then it wouldn't be mirrored in that sense to this. And that's the thing. Since all these ore trains stay within the smelter, it's actually not an issue at all that they're left-hand drive, aside from me inevitably getting run over. But yeah, like I said, I mean, they all tie in fine. You know, there's no issue here. If they were connecting to a main line, it would be an issue probably. But since they don't, and then that's fine, because the only ore trains that tie into the main line are from the switcheroo over here. So that's just kind of, I just wanted to mention that. And yeah, so I showed this last episode, and this is our iron smelter. This thing is an absolute beast. So in terms of feeding this, it's going to be interesting. Because it's actually going to be, I mean, you can see here, a lot of my iron is going to be coming from down here and some over here. So this is actually going to be a little bit interesting. I don't know that I want to go all the way around. What I may do is bring the main line kind of down through here, you know, avoid the lakes, and then come over this way. Something like that. Definitely a 4-lane main line, and then it will tie in up here. So that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it, and I lined it up, of course, this way too. And we do need to move this. We could do some of that this episode. Like I said, there's not... it's a little bit... it's a little... not enough logistics space. What? I don't get it. I don't know what you're blabbing about. Did I, like, break this? I hope not. Is that iron or copper? I can't tell. Now, it looks like we have some of both now. Okay. So it's kind of, you know, in an odd place because there's not, like, anything huge for me to do because I'm waiting on materials and stuff. I mean, we need to landfill this lake, which that's, like, super boring, so I'm not going to really do any of that on camera, but I need to build the copper smelter. I have the modules for all of it. I don't really have the materials for it, though, so it's going to be a little bit just waiting, I guess. It will be the same concept, though. What we're going to do is whack off part of the switcheroo. Because, again, we only need 10 smelters, so probably the easiest thing to do, honestly, would just be to... I'm just looking here. Probably the easiest thing to do would just to be take this switcheroo that we have, take off this line and this line, right? This top one. So that means we only have 5 per side instead of 6. And then we'll just do 5 copper smelters per side instead of 6, and pretty much just make it that simple. Otherwise, it's going to be identical to this. So that's that. Let's go see what we can do. And I'm actually going to turn off my bots because I don't want them randomly building stuff they shouldn't be building. So what we're going to do is run down here. And I'm not sure what to do about this oil. Part of me kind of wants to just... Well, I mean, this is where it should be. The oil actually... It's actually interesting. It's odd. Why is this a different length? Let's zoom out for a second. So that's there. Oh, I must have just not brought those up. Okay, it's not... These are lined up. The thing is, I just didn't, when I made this, I didn't bring... Where's my right-hand one? I didn't bring these exit tracks up quite as much. You can see... Well, there we go. That's where it should be. So I would just extend the exit tracks up a bit. But this whole main line needs to move here, which is going to be a bit wonky. Currently, we could bring. I mean, I could just. I really don't need this many of these anymore in this base. I think, yeah, it's a waste. But like seriously, this base. The only reason this base is even still here is to make the parts for me to make the smelter. Like literally, once I get the copper smelter done and even just part of the steel smelter done. The steel smelter is actually going to be a freaking beast. It's going to be like the size of the iron smelter. But once I get, how many did I tear up? 2? 3? Let's just tear up one more. Once I get the copper smelter done and well, not even most, even like 1 or 2 sections of the steel smelter done, I can just get rid of this base and just turn on sections of the, whatchamadoobie, the smelters, like the main iron, copper, and steel smelters, and then send all that to like a make everything factory that's, you know, like actually beefed up, like the equivalent of the module factory here, but for everything, to make all the rest of the parts, because I feel like that'd be faster than waiting for this base to make everything I need. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, this base actually, he's a trooper. This base is a trooper. He's done a really good job making all the stuff that I need, kind of. He's very slow still in some regards. Some of it is just I can add more machines. I don't know. But let's go ahead and take, I have like a bajillion blueprint books that I need to get rid of. In fact, yeah, let's get rid of that. And I actually have like 3 copies of all of these for some reason. Well, I actually just have like 9 copies. What the hell, man? All right, an empty blueprint book apparently. All right, let's do that. So this guy, I'm thinking could turn. If he turned here, which apparently just doesn't line up because that's fantastic. Really? Really? You little punk. Well then. Because I'm thinking if he turns, like, does this even, yeah, this doesn't even need to be a T-junction. Okay, so if we turn him like back here, let's bring down a little bit, make sure we can actually make this turn. It's a little much. Let's go like there. Get rid of that. Do that, and those are gonna place. Okay, so let's turn on like one of my bots. Let's do the smaller one. Great. Okay, which one were these? Let's just get rid of that one and that one. They're not needed. What, you ran out of power poles? What gives here, guys? Come on. You idiot. What happened to my red wire, guys? Come on. And I have no signals either. No, I do have signals. I don't get it. Oh, one of these idiot. Oh. See. I see. Alright. Well, we'll do this manually then because these guys are dingbats. Okay, so this drives like that. We're just going to make it a simple curve. It's not going to be pretty. Doesn't need to be. Just trying to like move this stuff so I can actually build this the smelter. So this won't be here anymore. This section. And we'll just bring this guy over. And yeah, I mean, I know I threw off the ratio and stuff, but plastic, but oil products in general in this base are not an issue for us now. It's actually just steel and kind of iron. I say kind of iron because it switches between iron being an issue and like in general, like iron ore, and then just a lack of steel smelting in general. So these, I know I just killed the wire, but I don't think I'm going to be doing any circuit network stuff from this base anyways. Okay, so you go that. Could I like, oh jeez. Oh, that was almost it, guys. I saw some of the comments last episode were great. They were like, people were disappointed by the fact that I hadn't nuked myself yet. It's like, come on, guys. I'm actually, I don't know if it's a stroke of luck. It's a stroke of, just wait until I play with Will. By the way, that series is going to be hopefully very soon. I'm thinking this week. Hopewell said he's almost done with the mod we need for it, and we'll says we'll discuss the time to do that. So yeah, so that's kind of what's happening there. But anyway, I'm sure once I get into multiplayer with those guys, my death streak is going to come right back. But I'm actually I don't know if it's a stroke of luck or what, but I've not been killed. I've not killed myself, rather. I got nuked once by somebody else, which was an accident. Well, I guess actually that kind of counts, because it was me running into the nuke. Like an idiot. It was the ion cannon from the Earth map all over again. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. Again, very excited about the new multiplayer series. I'll be glad to get back into multiplayer with them. I feel like the mix actually may be a refreshment, like, well, for you guys, the mix of single player and multiplayer, and also just kind of a refreshment for me. Doing multiplayer will be really nice, but then also having this as single player will be kind of nice as well, I think. Which maybe is what I should have done to begin with, except, you know, when I wanted to start this series, Will and the guys weren't really in, like, a time or a mood to do any more multiplayer, so that's kind of what happened there. Come on. I'll just have to re-blueprint the smelter on top of itself, really, to get all these tracks and stuff right, because part of the smelter over here to my right is actually missing some stuff because there was a main line in the way. So this is what this is going to look like. This should look a bit better without a main line into it. And, I mean, this is a pretty big milestone if you ask me. Now that I kind of know what needs to be done and stuff to get this, like, placed, the copper one should be easier and faster, you know, given that I have the materials. So I could use a deconstruction planner, I suppose. Yeah, and then beforehand, well, actually, quite a bit of it will be in the desert. I'm actually... This could be an issue, because we kind of have to get rid of the module base to place it. This thing is actually freaking huge. Like I said, when you go on a creative map, you don't really realize the scale when you just have a whole concrete world. But seriously, like, this is literally twice the size of my entire base. If you were to take this thing here, flip it vertically, it's like this size. I mean, this is insane. I'm nuts, aren't I? I'm a little bit off my rocker. That's fine. I mean, you know, sometimes it's a little discouraging, like, this is such a huge project on my own, am I ever going to get it done? I think we will. And this is the thing, right, is, I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again, is it's not a linear progression type of thing, right? Is there's these hurdles you have to get over, like the smelters and all that stuff. But once you do, things just skyrocket, right? You know, this is taking a long time to get these smelters done. The copper, you know, that's not going to, you know, be a walk in the park, but it'll be easier than these because it's smaller, and I've already done this once. Same with steel and stuff, and stone is one smelter. I mean, I'm not going to even do a switcheroo for that. But anyway, the point is, once I get those done, it's like, you know, it's not linear, right? So I get those done, and then things just skyrocket, you know. Then I can just take, you know, all the insane amount of materials that's producing and put them towards more expansion, building the actual production bases, which is going to be really fun. It's going to be kind of a nice change of pace. It's going to be like what we did here, the science all over again, but with bots and new builds and stuff, which I'm really looking forward to, and I hope you guys are too. And, you know, I try to do as much work off screen as I can. Like I said last night and last episode, I try to do as much off camera as I can. And I'm not sure what to do about the module base. I really wanted it to keep running, but we pretty much have to move it for the smelter. We're at 12K. Well, really, I think this is actually probably okay if we moved it, because, I mean, 12K is more than we need for the smelters. Same with the productivities. And, of course, we'll need more and stuff for the production facilities for the actual packs and all the materials for them. But we can have our Make Everything factory make that. Like, we can just stick some modular things in the Make Everything factory. Right? So, just to clarify, because each half of this needs 2.4 thousand speeds and 1.5 thousand productivity. So this entire smelter, this entire iron smelter needs 4,800 speeds and 3,000 productivity. Well, we have double that. So that's the iron and copper. We have more than double that, right? So that's iron and copper. Probably we have enough for the steel as well, or very, very close. And then we can just send, like I said, we can just send all that into a big make everything factory that's like beacon and stuff, and then have that pump things out. I think that would be a lot better than, I mean, waiting for this space to chug along. Like this thing, like it's trying to make like 1,200 beacons, and it's taking forever. I mean, I could just more faster this, I suppose. That might actually not be a bad idea, since it's not lacking materials. But, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I don't know where else I could put the copper. Someone might suggest mirroring it on top. I'm not going to do that because, again, all the outpost stuff is going to come from down here pretty much. Well, this whole bottom half and maybe to the sides, but not from the top. And, you know, to the left, I mean, this outpost is dead, and this one's pretty much dead. The steel will probably go here, actually. So we'll have to do a bit of land filling. The steel could go here, but the copper really does need to go, like, right over here, which means this whole thing needs to be land filled, which I may do on my stream tomorrow. And then this stuff will have to move. You guys, everyone who wants me to move, get rid of these will be happy. And then we'll just have to move the module base somehow, which could be interesting, because there's actually, like, a ton of materials in here. There's a lot of materials in here. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to happen. We'll have to figure something out. Maybe just like a massive, like mangled pork style train that we just load with everything. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't, like I said, it's a really odd place, guys. You know, in terms of this, in terms of just progression, like, I just, I mean, there's not much for me to do until I can move the module thing. So, I mean, this is good, though. We moved the main line, so this guy can at least, this smelter can at least finish. And then this can't go quite up as far as this one, but pretty close. And I'm just continually looking at this because a sense of scale. Like, I was just looking over here at this main line, which used to be, you know, quite a distance in terms of length. You know, I mean, from here all the way down to this turn was quite a length. And now, I mean, look at this train. Like, the scale of this is absolutely insane. Like, this smelter is the size of our entire vertical stretch of main line. I mean, this is just absolute. I love it. It's absolute insanity. It's really, really great. So last thing I'm going to do for this episode is I'm going to, well, first I'm going to save because there's a very high chance I may mess this up. And I'm going to restamp this guy down. One, to refresh anything that may be needed because I think that stuff expires after like an hour. And then two, to just get, there we go. Okay, so that should take care of that. Build, no, come on. There we go. So that's pretty much done. That's him. This would be the ore, as always. And there we go. So he's missing some beacons and stuff, which I have. I just don't have them on me. And that is pretty much the smelter. So I haven't plugged these into power yet because this thing is going to draw an absolute insane amount of power. I think I said like 2 gigawatts for the iron smelter alone. Someone actually commented and did a very rough calculation based on a 0.15 sim. Where we produce 1,000 packs a minute, and I'm doing like 4.2 thousand a minute plus the rockets. They said that it would take like a total of like 18 gigawatts for the whole base. Sounds about right. I'd actually figure upward of 20 gigawatts. So that should be interesting. We also have a heli parking, which Hopewell made. I meant to mess with that this episode, but ran out of time. I think it'd be cool, just kind of aesthetically. Creatively, I can't talk. Creatively, there, see, I can talk. Creatively wise, to make some like helipads and stuff for these, have some different parking spots, you know, for people who join, or just for me, you know, I mean, maybe one of them has better interior than the other or something. Just some helipads I think would be cool. I made some caution concrete to do that. But I think I'm going to call it for this episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you didn't mind, you know, a little bit of, you know, I guess more laid back episode of kind of just almost more of a podcast in a sense. Like I said, I'm doing as much as I possibly can off camera to progress this for you guys. But yeah, we will progress. Things will keep going faster. Each time, things will keep going quicker. We will definitely get there as soon as we possibly can. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments as always. And if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.